Hey, what's up guys? UrAvgWarGamer is back with another video for the Warships. And today I have a very interesting video. I never have done this before ever in my channel, but then I have decided to look into this guy. This guy is actually playing with me in the rank battles. I was playing Shinano, trying to grind the gold as fast as possible, getting that good win rate, which I would say Shinano can easily do that. Like Shinano, if you know how to play this ship is pretty broken. There's no doubt about that. But that is introduced by Wargaming. The whole design, the whole concept of CVs, that's everything introduced by Wargaming. That's not me. I'm just a player who spent the steel, my hard-earned resource, and I have decided to just play Shinano because, well, this ship is good. Wargaming released that ship, and I'm comfortable playing this ship. But man, because of his hate for CVs, he started to talk bad. I don't want to say the words that he said in the chat because the YouTube might limit some of the video parts, or maybe I have to cut down the parts because of these words, so I will not swear, but you can already see that he said this. Then he said this, and you're a CV main actual, So I said him in return, your language is amazing, bro, because yeah, that's something that he should not do. He's actually getting salty. He messaged me. By the way, just to give you the context, I was playing with him in ranked battles. He was playing Cristoforo Colombo. I was playing Shinano. I spotted the enemy, I would say Colbert. He dev strike that guy because of my spotting and a couple of other things that I did try to help as a good CV player, but which he still did not appreciate because he was in my team. He still didn't appreciate, and for this he started to talk pretty trash. So it's kind of weird. Like he hasn't taken any damage from me. He's from my team. He's from my side, but well, because of his hate for CVs, like insane hate for CVs, he started to talk this at the start of this chat. Like literally directly messaged me like this. So typical CG player, I directly tried to trigger him to see like what literally the logic of this guy is. I never do that, but I have decided to, maybe for you guys. I thought that YouTube might, I would say, take this very interesting way. So I looked at this, says the typical CV player. So I said, so what? Typical Colombo player? Because he got triggered by me saying this. He said like this, typical CV player. So I said, typical Colombo player. Then I said, bro, what do you really want? To just trigger a bit more, because why not? So now he started to come up with some really not that good logic. Like the logic of his is gonna be pretty absolutely hilarious, to say the least. Imagine maining the most broken class in the game and only having a 65% win rate. That's cute. Bro, not every CV player is that capable. In fact, I would say it's very, very difficult to get a 65% win rate. And by the way, if you ask me personally, I have pretty good win rate in cruiser, in battleship, and destroyers. Basically in every other class. Because you as a player decides that how the ship should perform in order to carry. Now obviously, the ship itself can go pretty overall powerful enough that you can carry the games without a doubt. But again, his logic, I still don't like it. Like he said that you have a 65% win rate. He's basically saying that you are still a bad player. I still hate you as a CV main since your win rate is that good. He's literally saying that. He should appreciate it that I at least playing good, because I know most of the players are pretty below average. And in, I would say, wargaming standard, it's plain bad. So at least I'm not that guy. I was in your team. And I actually helped you win the game, which we did. But then I said, you don't even have that, bro, because that's the reality. You can go and check that out. I think he literally messaged me. Let's see what he has to say. So I said, So he said, I don't main CV, Lama, okay. Imagine playing only broken BB to cope. I have to say the cope word. It's not C-O-U-P, it's C-O-P-E, cope word. From my spotting to do damage. Trying to just get some, I would say, spices up and running. And actually, he started to defend himself when I said this thing, okay? Because I want to just understand like what really his logic coming from. So BB is my least played class, Lamau. Okay, so he said like, no, bro, I'm so good, yet I don't still play the BBs. That's what I'm saying. I'm happy that you act. And by the way, he carried that game really well. He got 2.5k base XP. I was not having that good base XP because there is a carrier player A6 and he's just using fighter, build, whatever. So, okay, that's why you are picking a broken. That's why you are picking broken. It does not validate the argument, which I would say is yes. I mean, Colombo in its own design is broken. Okay? Carrier in its own design is broken. So broken that Wargaming now decided to come up for CV spotting and other changes. Without a doubt, CV spotting is a problem. Without a doubt. And there are other problems as well, which Wargaming has to decide when they will implement, but now they are implementing it. So that's good, right? But, well, we will eventually find out in the couple of days later. So I said exactly that. So he said, I never played a BB in that game either. I mean, what he is trying to come up with a conclusion, I don't know. So then I said, nice copium, brother. He's literally coping by saying these words. Like literally coping at this point. Then he said, check the game, you dumb. Like he played I think Colombo, and afterwards I think he played Cruiser or something. I don't know. And I don't even remember. But I know that main game, afterwards he messaged me literally. So why do I care? Just play your game and don't be salty. Then he said, I have played 2 games both in Cruiser. I'm not salty. He is not salty, yet he's still trying to say these words, like these words, and like these words. Like he's still trying to say dumbass words, right? So I'm not salty, I just don't like CV main. So if your personal problem is with CV players, that does not mean that he should not play CV. If someone is playing CV, I have only need to fear from CV players that are actually good. If there are some CV players who are around under 50%, which most of the CV players are, I don't really care about the CVs. They are still somewhat a lot much more easier to counter by dodging. Yes, I have to literally use the word dodge, but man, I mean, submarine, if you get double ping and you have DCB not coming up, I mean, you're gonna get completely wrecked by the submarine, and you cannot do much. You cannot dodge those torpedoes. In the CVs, you can dodge some armaments and can somewhat do something if you have somewhat decent AA. Okay? So his personal issue with the carriers, that's the logic that he is coming up with. Because I messaged you because I don't like you. That's what he said. I don't like you as a CV player. You are a really bad player. At least you are filthy. You are getting a lot of win. I just don't like that. You just farm so much. You just do so much. I hate you, like. That's why he's talking this way. So I said, when he said these things, when he said, I have played 2 games both in Cruiser, I said, ooh, wow, should I pat your shoulder? Like, I literally saying that, should I really appreciate you? Do you need any appreciation by patting your shoulder or something? Like, you have played Cruiser, wow. Amazing, right? So, I mean, fine if you play Cruiser. I love Stalingrad a lot. I'll play a lot of Cruiser if I want to, but I certainly know that the Shinano, in terms of the, I would say, game impact, is a lot better than Stalin. But Stalin is still, for me, very good in game impact, without a doubt, in its own way. So he said, should I play a class that takes more than 1 IQ? Now his logic gets completely bamboozled. 1 IQ, I know that he's trying to troll, but I'm telling you that what his logic really is, that it's very easy to play carriers. And trust me, carriers are not easy to play. And getting 65% win rate is actually not easy at all. So I said, yeah, in your dreams, 1 IQ is required to play CVs. Keep coping. Playing CVs is hard. He literally said, playing CVs is hard. Bro, playing CVs is easy. Doing damage and winning the game is hard. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know the ship armament, like carrier armaments, if you're just not able to drop them perfectly, not able to utilize the strengths of what that particular CV really is, you might not have a game impact at all. I know the spotting is there. That's where the game impact for most average player comes. But still, that's I would say, in my opinion, that's a completely bad logic. Playing CVs is hard. Like, what really you want from a CV player? That he just, from his logic, he wants that every CV player should not play CVs. Look, if Wargaming remove all CVs and refund us everything about CVs, I am happy. I'm literally happy. I don't care if there's going to be CV or not. I just want them to be balanced, at least in a way that, and by the way, these players, they will keep on complaining. Does not matter how and why, they will also going to complain about destroyers, cruisers, and battleships. I know carriers are certainly an issue in one way or the other, and submarines are, but they introduced them. We would be fine. I would be very happy if I would have only class, destroyer, cruiser, or battleship to deal with. And the guys like this still gonna complain about something about those other classes. So afterwards, I said, is playing BBs is hard, cruisers is hard, DD. Yes, they are hard in some way because of their design philosophy. For example, a destroyer has to have a lot of risk for a very, very good reward. If he's able to kill a destroyer by torpedo or gunboat, the destroyer is certainly going to get rewarded, but he also going to be having the highest risk as well. If he does not able to contest fighting against other destroyer, if he's not able to do that in a perfect way, he will eventually die, risking his entire ship. Yes, the carriers cannot make risks. They just stay at the back of the map. But Wargaming can come up with a design or idea that incentivize ships to push. They can do that, but that's not in my control. That's in the control of Wargaming. So I said, a player makes the ship broken more than anything in the game. Yes, if you are a good player, that's what I fear. A good player always going to carry game, not only in a battleship, but also in the cruiser and destroyer. He will find out the best way possible, best positioning to win the game, regardless of a class. And obviously, the classes limitations do come into play. Like, for example, carriers do have the most flexibility in terms of getting maybe that map control, able to spot destroyers, able to do damage to maybe some good targets, like in any corner of the map. Like, carriers do have this flexibility. But in one way or in other way, battleships, again, does have some flexibility. Like, for example, the Colombo. Like, it's literally an example, like where the battleships can be pretty broken. So in that realm, battleships are also, powerful. Cruisers are powerful. Destroyers are powerful. So again, that's why I said a good player is what makes the ship good, not a bad. If I give Shenano to a bad player, he will not gonna make it work. Trust me. And not it's like that I have to use the word trust me, bro. His stats will say pretty much otherwise. So must be hard playing a broken class in the game that has, AA, that has pretty bad AA, and all you need to do is to sit in spawn launching planes. Bro, like, again, not in my control. If Wargaming would come up with a design that incentivized carrier to risk his position, I would be happy. I would be happy if it has some rewarding playstyle. I would be very happy. But that's what Wargaming has done, not me. The AA is bad because of not me, because of Wargaming. You ask them why they have released Shenano in the first place. I already said in my review, Shenano is the most broken CV in the game. So, again, yes, you actually have to think about what you are doing. What the WTF does a CV have to think about whose game I'm ruining first. I know that is pretty much true to some extent. But again, that's Wargaming coming up with. Like, Shenano is absolutely brutal against aircraft carriers. You can literally ruin in a CV game by playing a CV, let alone DD, cruiser, battleship. That's what Shenano really is. So, like, this design comes from the Wargaming's ideas on mind. Like, for example, Metz, Vyazma, Oregon, that's the design Wargaming come up with because they want that design to be implemented in the game. Again, garbage design, I don't like it, but here we are. Not only with the Shenano, they are coming up with some more other ridiculous designs. So again, that's also one of the design part by Wargaming, not from the player. Okay, yes, you actually have to think about, okay, Again, the same thing. He's saying like, I ruined the games by playing CVs. Must be hard playing a BB where CV spots a DD or a cruiser where you just click a button at 20 kilometers. Again, I spot for him, I'm literally giving him a context of that game where I spot for him a cruiser like Colbert and he depth strike him. And he literally clicked the button. But then he comes up with this, leading a shell at 20 kilometers is still harder than playing CV. Bro, the same logic again. If you are good in the game, you will easily able to lead the shells. If you are good in the game, you will easily able to depth strike a cruiser from a battleship. You can even carry in a cruiser. There are certainly some strengths where cruisers gonna be having, some battleships gonna be having. Carriers obviously have the highest strength in my opinion, but still, you have to have some IQ. Not like one IQ, or he's basically saying that the carriers are super easy to play. That does not happen with even carriers or even battleships, okay? Bro, ask Wargaming. Am I a developer, bro? Do I introduce CVs? No? Yes. I never said you did. You are just a... Okay. That means them. Again, his full logic is, I hate you because you play them. Very easy, comrade. Aiming is very hard in WoWs. So I basically tried to trigger him again so that he would something, which actually the trigger worked. Harder than flying a plane. So the CV main certainly gets attacked by you. I'm basically trying to say that you hate them because I am maining the CV or some other player maining the CV. So a nice minus 100 IQ logic. Like, if you hate him, or if you hate a carrier player, you started to just shit talk to him, it's just pretty bad. You are salty in the first place. Okay, all CV mains, again the same thing. Basically. All CV mains, you are just bad for the game. Bro, why you don't come to Discord? Okay, now my answer literally is that I will record this video and can give you that, okay? Okay, by the way, now he basically talking something. Okay, I was in the game and look again, the same thing. I will post that video. I will have a talk with him. Let's see what he has to say. All CV mains, you are pretty bad for the game. Sure, bro, why don't you come to Discord and talk to me directly then? Then I tell you what is 1 IQ. Sure, link the Discord. Give me a second. I linking him the Discord, or at least gonna ask him for the in-game Discord name, which he did, but he has taken a significant time. He was in the game. I was saying that I thought that he gave up. So one IQ talking and then AFK nice. So I was trying to trigger him again. And actually that worked. He's, after the game, quickly able to showcase his Discord. So let's continue this in the next video where we will have a discussion that what his logic literally is. Thank you guys for watching. And I will catch you back in the next video. Peace out.